Hi guys, I'm Shmi, and today's video is going to be a Q&A, a little bit of an update for you guys. Now, I was actually starting to film this outside, but the weatherman has not really been on my side today because although it's bright and sunny, it's actually really, really windy, so you didn't have a hope in hell of hearing me over the top of the wind noise that was going to be on the microphone. So I've come back into the garage where I've parked the Mini up next to the FF here, and up the other way is the GT4, which is kind of going to lead me on nicely to the purpose of doing this Q&A. Those are obviously the three cars I have in my garage at the moment. And the reason is because whenever I announce or unveil a new car, or in this case, unveil a car and announce a couple of other cars, I receive thousands upon thousands of messages from you guys. That's comments on Facebook, direct messages on Instagram, comments on just about everything we post. And although my team and I do the best possible job we can to reply to everything, it gets a little bit impossible, hence it's a little bit easier to come back to most of the sort of most common questions in a video like this. So the last one of these I did was actually when I took delivery of the Ferrari FF and the McLaren 675 LT, just before the GT4 actually. And then the one of those, so that was October last year, and the one of those before was when I took delivery of the 650S Spider. So it's actually been about 9 months now since my last Q&A. And we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to talk about the Shmini, why I tease so much about it and why I have the car, because a lot of you have loved it, but some have been rather surprised. Then we're going to move on to the other two new cars that I have on order, the Aston Martin Vantage GT8 and the Mercedes AMG GTR. And I'll talk about how all these cars fit into my garage around each other and what their purposes are and all that kind of stuff. And then I've got a couple of other things as well that I'm going to run over. So first up, let's talk Shmini. This one was a surprise, wasn't it? Not many of you saw it coming. One chap did, and I even sent him a signed book, Living the Supercar Dream, as a present for getting it right, for being the only person to guess exactly what was coming out of thousands and thousands of comments. So I teased it a lot because, let's face it, it's a bit of fun, it's a little bit different, and I know loads of people were expecting bizarre choices. When I revealed the colour, there were lots of Bentegas and DB11 guesses and those kind of things, but I had announced already that there were two supercars coming and I was going to hold back from those. So the mystery car, as we called it, wasn't one of the supercars, the GT8 and the AMG GTR. So the Shmini is something I thought would be a little bit of fun, keep it a bit of secret, get you guys guessing, and a lot of you have loved it. So thank you so much for all of the support behind this amazing and iconic car. But why did I buy it? Well, I've always, like I said in my launch video, had a soft spot for the classic Mini. Something about it is just exceptionally iconic. It is very, very British. The model, you know, it was being built for over 50 years. Everybody knows its shape and everybody knows what it is. In fact, just now, bringing it back into the garage, I even had a little kid shouting to his mum, "Look, Mum, it's an old Mini," as I was driving down. And that's something that you don't, you know, it's just unbelievably cool, and it's so, like, I don't really have words for it, but everybody knows and appreciates these, and I've discovered so many of you guys who are into the Mini community as well, and it's awesome to be a part of it, talking to you, and hopefully getting the car along to some events. So in my car in particular, British Racing Green, it's one of the last 500 of the Rover Minis, which means it has the silver roof stripes and the door mirrors. It's the sport pack with the wide arches. It's got the silver, well, these nice wheels, which I like, all the spotlights and fog lights at the front, and a raspy exhaust at the back. And it's just something a little bit fun to tinker with. I mean, already, yesterday and the day before, I've been playing around and I've just fitted a brand new grille and 4 new lights across the front, which I know is not desperately advanced. It's just a case of, you know, using various bits and bobs to unscrew it and take it all out and this, that and the other. But I was able to do it, didn't have to ask anybody, have the tools, easy, job done. And that kind of thing is actually really fun, to get your hands down dirty and just play with a car and fiddle about and be able to change things. And that's one of the reasons why I wanted to have this, just to learn a little bit more, and so far it's already satisfying that desire. I can think of plenty more things I want to change. I want to put a new gear knob on it, obviously that's not a big deal at all. I want to fix up the leather inside, maybe change the headlining. I love the exhaust, I might even make it more powerful or something like that, but I've got tons and tons of ideas for it already. Why did I tease it so much? Well, I just wanted to have a little bit of fun, and a lot of you guys were on board with that, and those that weren't, I hope you sort of understand it now and you're a little bit happier with the other supercars coming, if that's what you're into. But I think there are a lot of people out there who want to know a little bit more about Minis and stuff like that, so I'm hoping to do more of that kind of thing on my channel. I get to spend a lot of time around supercars, but there's a lot of cars that I should know more about that up to now I don't necessarily. But having this in the garage is going to lead me on to the next question. Everybody's asking, so why do you have all these cars? You can only drive one at a time. Kind of fair point to start. You know, I've got the 675 LT Spider incoming, we've got the Shmini now, we've got the Ferrari FF, the Cayman GT4, I've applied for a Ford GT, I'm thinking about buying a Focus RS, I've got the Aston Martin GT8 on order and the Mercedes AMG GTR on order. That would be 8 cars. Now there is no way I'm going to have 8 cars at once, I can tell you that right now, because I can't deal with that. Servicing, maintenance, MOTs, taxes, insurance, the whole lot just gets chaotic. Parking spaces, we're in central London, remember. You know, for me, for example, the Shmini, this is the car I'm going to pootle around London with, have a little bit of fun, when a supercar is a total waste of time. The FF, I use it for road trips, practical kind of things, 4 people in the car, still a pretty awesome car to drive. GT4, Sunday afternoon drives, track days, places where it's just about driving excitement and enjoyment and being able to push a car a little bit more towards its limit. 675 LT Spider, pretty special experience. That is so much drama and sense of occasion when you get in the car. Aston GT8, a similar story about the drama, the sense of occasion, the noise from the car. I'm not going to drive it loads. I will drive it a decent amount, of course. I'll never leave a car just sat in my garage. It's a sort of, I suppose, more special occasion car than the GT4, even though it's a similar driving philosophy, being all about the driving experience. And a lot of my cars, you'll notice, have different sort of setups: manuals, autos, engines in front, engines mid, behind, all different setups between them. AMG GTR, I want to use that car for serious road trips. I want to put miles and miles and miles on it, taking it across Europe. It's got the beast sort of side of it, but it's also got comfort and luxuriousness, as we know from the AMG GT. It is a GT car at heart, even though it might be very, very quick at the Nürburgring. Ford GT, obviously, if I'm lucky enough to be chosen from that application process, that comes in as the flagship. That is a special, special car. Everything we know about it already is just crazy, and there's more to come. And the Focus RS, why a Focus RS? That's more my sort of, I think, winter beater, maybe suppose you could say. The car that I want to drive, I'm going to be up in Scotland a little bit in the near future for family type things, so I might keep it up there. The car to drive around in all conditions, be able to use, let other people drive, not have to worry so much, and be super reliable if I have to leave it somewhere for a couple of weeks, months, have no problems with it. So I'm thinking about doing that and jumping on board, and you'll find out in the near future if I do or not, I suppose. I've got a big road trip coming up in the not too distant future, so I'm using this month to sort of tie up my decisions and work out what's going on. Continuing that then, people are asking, am I going to sell this car? Am I going to sell the GT4? Now, I don't initially see myself selling the FF because I don't have another sort of 4-seat luxury car. I'd have the Mini, of course. Maybe if I buy an RS, I'll have that too, but I don't have anything else that directly replaces the FF, so it depends how my usage goes. Plus, this winter I really want to put the Soto Zero tyres back on and take that on a skiing holiday, so that is firmly on my agenda. GT4 this way. I don't quite know long term what I'll do with GT4. In the short term, it's going to have a new look to it. So the car is going to have, well, it's had the number plate change from 15 to 14, and that's because 15 is going on the LT Spider, 10 on the FF, 14 on there. I'm also going to give it a new wrap, so I'm going to change the colour. The Martini is going to come off. I know a lot of you guys didn't like it, so you'll be very happy about that. It's going to have a new colour. I've chosen what it's going to be. We will get that sorted in the near future, ready for the big road trip I'm going on that I'm going to update you more about. But basically, in August and September, crazy stuff is coming. Be ready for that. I've got a lot of insane plans, and I'm very excited about it. A topic change, and I've come upstairs because there's something I want to show you, and this is also tied into a question I've been getting a lot, which is when am I going to auction the final replica model of the 675 LT? Well, it is now time, and the auction is live. The description is down below, but first let me quickly show you, and to do that I need to put the camera down because otherwise I can't open this box, so just 1 second as we pull it up. What we have in here. That's a familiar car, isn't it? So this is a 118 replica 675 LT Coupe. It's from Techno Models. This is obviously painted in MSO cerulean blue, the replica spec of my ex-Shmeemobile by Special Operation Models. There are 25 of these in total. I have 2 of them. I'll be keeping one obviously in my sort of personal collection, but this one is going to be available for you guys via a charity auction. So the link is in the description below, where this is now live as of the time this video is uploaded, Sunday the 10th of July at 6 p.m. It's a 10-day auction, so it's going to end on Wednesday the 20th of July, 6 p.m. UK time. And 100%, the entire proceeds of the sale of this item are going to be going to Breast Cancer Now. It's a charity closely supported by my family, so it'd be wonderful to do that, and it'd be awesome to see you guys bidding on it. I'll also include, along with the model, a signed copy of the book, Living the Supercar Dream, for your enjoyment as well. So I think this is quite cool. There are also going to be Spider models, by the way. They're up for pre-order from Special Operation Models already, but of course the actual base model itself from Techno Models for the Spider hasn't been made yet, so I can't show you one, but I'm looking forward to having that in my own model car collection. But yeah, it's quite cool. This is going to be heading to a new home. Like I said, the description below has the link to that and also to the Spider if you are interested. So there we go, everybody who's been wondering about that. A couple of the regular trolling questions I just want to whistle stop run over. The first is the charity donations. Here in the UK, it's actually the cool thing to do to not show off and talk about charitable donations that you make. You keep it to yourself, you do it in the background. So I get loads of comments about, why did you buy that car? You could have donated the money to feed starving children in Africa. Or I could buy the car, get thousands and thousands of views on YouTube, share some really cool stuff with you, grow my business, do more personal things in the background, raise more money, and make a donation that I don't need to talk to you about. You can see the circle there. Another one that comes up all the time is the daddy's money question. No, my dad or my parents did not fund in any way, shape or form any of the cars I own. This comes up all the time. I have loads of different small different business things I do in the background, on top of course of the YouTube things you know about, all the social media pages you know about, the merchandising, the books, the brand stuff, things I do for other companies, social media advising. The list goes on and on and on of different things I do in the background around making these videos. That is my business, that is what I do. My dad doesn't fund it, I buy my cars myself. End of story, please. Another thing I've seen a bit recently, which is a really strange one, is people thinking that manufacturers pay for my cars. And the main one I've seen is with McLaren. Everybody, or not everybody, but some people are sort of making pretty harsh accusations about my McLarens. Well, I can tell you, unfortunately for me, my 12C and 650S, I bought at dealer price, standard, negotiated a little bit, but who doesn't? That was with the dealer, nothing to do with the factory. My 675 LT Coupe, I paid list price. My 675 LT Spider, I'm paying list price. Factory do not give me any deals or anything with my cars. I pay for them just like anybody else does. Same goes with everything I've got on order. GT8, the AMG GTR, I'll pay list price on those, list price on the GT4. The FF and the Mini were both used cars, and I paid, in both cases, the asking prices. I didn't want to spend too much time on the negotiation on them. So basically, yeah, that's all a load of baloney. I don't know where people are getting it from, but hopefully end of the story. The last of those ones is the sort of accusations of just buying cars to flip them. Do you really not watch any of my videos and see what I do with these cars? Track days, road trips, using them, events, letting you guys see them, making tons of stuff to share with you. I do not buy cars just to sell them. If I make some money, great. If I lose some money, that's life. The FF, is that going to make me money? No. When I ordered the GT4, was that going to make money? We didn't necessarily think so. When I bought the 675 LT, you actually thought a new McLaren was going to lose 100 grand, not make it. So these things that keep coming up about, oh, you only buy cars to sell them. No, I buy cars because I want to enjoy them, drive them, and share them with you. I don't care what the negative people out there think. So there we go, troll questions out of the way. We can go back to positivity, which is what I try and keep my channel about. It's supposed to be the excitement of cars, different activities, different cool opportunities, and being able to show that and just having fun, because let's face it, this is awesome, the things I get to do. And it's much cooler to be able to share them with you and keep them to myself. So we've got a lot of similar cars coming, no question about it, but every one I'm going to use for different things. I've got a variety of different manufacturers, different things going on. So it's all very, very cool, and I hope you're going to enjoy the storylines as we come up. I know there's a lot going on right now about my cars. Shall I buy this? Shall I buy that? This, that, and the other. That's just the time of year, the stuff that's going on. We'll be back into events and road trips in no time at all. 675 LT Spider, due within the next fortnight, within 2 weeks from now. So that's pretty exciting too. And I think the purple is going to look very good next to the British Racing Green, the Le Mans Blue, and the new colour for the GT4 that you don't know yet, but you will see very, very soon. So I think I'm going to wrap that up for the Q&A this time. I hope you've sort of got some answers there that you needed. Don't forget the link for the auction to the model is down below. The Techno model has MSO Cerulean Blue, now no longer my car, but the new owner is enjoying the car a lot. He is driving it, he obviously has a new number plate on it, we're going to catch up with that in the not too distant future as well with the Spider. Like I said though, that's it for now. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I will catch up with you again very soon. Cheers! Here we go, this is the moment, this is the LaFerrari. Let's pull the paddle, pop it in.